Chapter 8. Lillian took off her coat before stopping. He turned around and said to Sebastian, "Can you turn around first? It's like I've never seen you naked before. And now you're just undressing for me," Sebastian said with a smirk as he sat on the bed. Lillian thought that was reasonable, so she quickly took off her skirt. He was wearing nothing but his underwear. Sebastian continued to admire her body. Even though it wasn't the first time he had done this, he was still very happy. Lillian blushed up to her ears. Even if something had happened to him and Sebastian before, he couldn't remember having it. So it was like the first time for him. "Drink some water first," Sebastian gave a glass of water to Lillian, who took it and drank a little. Sebastian grinned. Then, he picked up Lillian and made her sit on the bed. "Take it easy, please. It's my first time." Lillian was very nervous and scared. But those emotions didn't last long. He soon got tired before falling asleep. Sebastian took out a small box and began to perform acupuncture on Lillian with some needles. His heart condition is very serious. Even though Sebastian had treated him before, he still hadn't fully cured his illness, so he needed more treatment. When Sebastian finished, he laid Lillian on the bed and kissed her. He then called Natalie and told her, "Pick me up from the Raven Hotel." Sebastian left the hotel half an hour later when Natalie arrived in a Mercedes-Benz at the door. He asked, "Where are you going, Mr. Wilder?" "In the office." Sebastian has been living in his office at the company for the past few days. There was a private space there with a bed and daily necessities where Sebastian lived comfortably. He has not yet bought his own place. He has no family, so there is no point in doing that. Not long after Sebastian returned to the office, Tyler drove to Phoenix Corp with Maria. "Is the Supreme One really here, hun?" Maria asked. "Of course. The brother of one of my friends works here. He told him that the Supreme One came to Ravenview City a few days ago. Those who look like us will elevate us if we make a good impression on the Supreme One. Soon we will surpass the 4 prestigious families." Tyler got more and more excited as he continued. It was as if he saw how bright his future would be. "Come on. Let's go." Then Tyler led to the door of the office. Maria quickly fixed her makeup and opened a button on her dress to reveal some skin. He has another motive of his own, and that is to try to seduce the Supreme One. The Supreme One is a powerful and almost godlike being. Maria's status will definitely increase even if she is just a fixture. He needs to be treated with respect by the 4 prestigious families. "Stop. What are you doing here?" The 2 bodyguards asked them as soon as they saw Maria and Tyler approaching. "I'm Tyler Cadwell from the Cadwell family. This is my fiancée, Maria Lisbon of the Lisbon family. Please tell the Supreme One that we're here to pay our respects," Tyler said humbly, even though the guards were like dogs to him. Since the guards work for the Phoenix Corporation, naturally they need to be treated with extra respect. "Wait here," said one of the guards before going to the office. Instead of reporting to Sebastian, the guard said goodbye to Natalie. "Especially since the Supreme One is not easy to visit. Let them in," Natalie said. He knew who Tyler and Maria were. Especially since Tyler's family was prominent in Ravenview City. As for Maria, she is Sebastian's ex-fiancée who broke off their engagement after she was raped. Instead, Maria is now engaged to Tyler. The guards soon brought Maria and Tyler to Natalie's office. Tyler lusted after Natalie's voluptuous body, but she didn't try to show it. Especially Natalie is the eldest daughter of the Green family, and she is also the secretary of the Supreme One. Tyler can't bump into him. "Nice to meet you, Ms. Green. I'm Tyler Cadwell, and this is my fiancée, Maria Lisbon," Tyler said humbly next to Maria. "It wants to see 2 Supreme Ones?" Natalie asked. "Yes. We would like to ask for your help in informing the Supreme One," Tyler said with a smile. "Ms. Green, We intend to hold our wedding at the Raven Hotel and we pray that we will be blessed with the presence of the Supreme One, Tyler said. He took out a credit card and a wooden box. There are $50 million on this card and a century-old dragon root in this box as a thank you to the Supreme One. Wait here. Natalie took the things and went to Sebastian's office. Mr. Wilder, Tyler Cadwell and Maria Lisbon are about to get married and he wants to invite you as a guest. Do I have to kick them out for you? Natalie asked Sebastian. No need. Tell them I will attend their wedding. Sebastian looked at the dragon root. This herb is very rare and very expensive. He will put it aside. Huh? Natalie was surprised. Even so, he didn't ask Sebastian and immediately told Tyler and Maria the news. Tyler and Maria are overjoyed when the Supreme One is likely to attend their wedding. The status of the Cadwell family will definitely increase in this way. At that point, the entire Ravenview will be vying for the Cadwell family. 2 weeks passed. Natalie was in the middle of massaging Sebastian when she received a call from an unknown number. Hello? Is this Mr. Wilder? A pleasant female voice was heard. Is this Lillian Smith? Sebastian asked uncertainly. Oh, why do you have my number? I don't remember giving it to you. It's written in your hotel registration log, Lillian explained. In that case, go back to the hotel just to get my number. Why? Do you miss me? Sebastian grinned. Lillian's teeth gritted angrily on the other line. Something had happened to him and Sebastian twice and he was unconscious both times. Just thinking about this made Lillian very angry. I just wanted to let you know that Grandpa wants to invite you to an event tomorrow, Lillian insisted. He wouldn't have called Sebastian if Elijah hadn't told him to. Give me the date and time. I'll be there on time. Sebastian then hung up. Not long after, he received the details from Lillian. Elijah's event will be held at the Raven Hotel tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a coincidence, he laughed. Chapter 9 Raven Hotel is the most luxurious hotel in Ravenview City. It is enjoyed by the rich and prominent people in the society. The hotel is happy today because today is Tyler and Maria's wedding day. They both wore wedding dresses as they greeted the guests at the entrance. Many guests came, and most of them were from prominent families in the city. The Cadwell family grew stronger every year and were now considered part of these prominent families. But another reason why these families attend is because of the Supreme One. Tyler broke the news that the Supreme One would be attending his wedding, which was a shocking news to many. If this is true, the status of the Cadwell family will rise even more. They could ignore the Cadwell family, but they couldn't do that with the Supreme One. Tyler had been waiting for the Supreme One to show up, but he didn't see him. When most of the guests had arrived and the wedding was about to begin, he was about to take Maria to the hotel when a taxi stopped in front of them. A man dressed in casual clothes came down from it. Then he walked closer with his hands clasped. What are you doing here, bastard? Tyler's face darkened when he saw that it was Sebastian. You have nothing to do with this. Sebastian sighed and walked into the hotel. He didn't want to waste his time with Tyler. Stop right there. Tyler grabbed Sebastian's arm. Maria and I are getting married today and I'm going to destroy the whole hotel. Are you planning to eat for free? Maria glared and said disdainfully, I have never seen such a shameless person. You went to your ex-fiancé's wedding just to get a free meal? How far are you going to embarrass yourself? Tyler directly threatened Sebastian. I'm warning you, you're an animal. Your engagement to Maria is over, so get out if you know what's good for you. I'll teach you a lesson if you make a scene. Are you sure you rented the whole hotel? Sebastian grinned. Of course. Except for a private suite, Tyler replied proudly. He wanted to rent out the entire hotel for the day, but a powerful guest had already booked one of the rooms. That's it. That's the room I'm going to today, not your wedding. Now, get out of my way, Sebastian said angrily. Are you going to the private suite? Tyler smirked. Do you know who's there, kid? They're the most prestigious family in Ravenview City, the Smiths. They are holding a celebration for a great guest today. Are you saying you are the guest they are waiting for? Sebastian nodded. Yeah, that's it. Tyler and Maria laughed. Are you joking? How dare you say you are the guest of the Smith family? Have you seen yourself? Tyler sighed. Maria frowned. Don't think you can pretend to be a guest of the Smiths just because you know Ms. Smith. I've done my research. You're nothing more than a fraud pretending to be a doctor. Miss Smith sought you out a while ago to treat her grandfather. But you were fooled the moment you arrived at the hospital because there was Dr. Matt Kickey. The Smith family even kicked you out. Do you know what happened after that? Sebastian asked. Maria grinned. I don't need to do any research, so Dr. Ricky probably saved Mr. Smith. You can fool people all you want. But I'm going to teach you a lesson you won't forget if you try to fool my wedding guests. Sebastian's eyes shone coldly. I don't want to waste time with you. But since you persist in angering me, there is no reason for your marriage to continue. Now, get out. He waved at Maria and entered the venue. How dare you tell me, you trash! Maria shouted angrily before running inside with Tyler. Sebastian found a place to sit in the venue. If Maria and Tyler want to play with him, he will do the same with them. Isn't that Ms. Lisbon's ex-fiancé? What is he doing here? Why did he attend his ex-fiancé's wedding? His courage. If it were me, I'd beg to be swallowed by the ground at this point. He came from poverty, didn't he? Honor means nothing to people like him. The guests teased Sebastian that most of them had seen him at the Lisbon residence. Also, Maria sent someone to follow Sebastian after he left her house the other day. He wants to know what relationship Sebastian and Lillian have. But Maria's person immediately receives word that Sebastian is a fraud and Matt immediately discovers him. Then Sebastian was forced to leave the hospital. So naturally the guests couldn't hold back their sneers now that they thought Sebastian was trash. Maria and Tyler ran in at that moment. They wanted to make trouble with Sebastian but held back because the Supreme One might be one of their guests today. Tyler walked over to Sebastian's side and tapped him on the shoulder. Hey kid, I'm going to miss you today because today is my wedding day. You can eat too. I'll prepare a special meal just for you. Tyler then told the hotel staff. Get some dog food and put it by the door. Some hotels have dog food lying around. Raven Hotel is one of them. One of the servers quickly set down a bowl of dog food at the wedding door. Tyler then spoke with a smirk, that's high-class dog food, kid. You can't find it anywhere, so go ahead and eat it. The guests laughed. Unexpectedly, Sebastian was not angry. He just closed his eyes and continued tapping his fingers on the table in front of him. Ms. Green has arrived. When Tyler heard that Natalie was there, he immediately went out with Maria to meet her. Welcome, Ms. Green. Tyler greeted him as he looked around. Where's the Supreme One? He's here, Natalie said with a smile. Where? We haven't seen him yet. Tyler wondered. The Supreme One is currently resting in his hotel room. Natalie then took out a hotel key and handed it to Maria. Why don't you go see the Supreme One, Ms. Lisbon? Mr. Cadwell, there's something I want the two of us to talk about. Maria immediately rushed to the hotel room. He was very eager to see the Supreme One after everything that had happened. And the two of them are also Supreme One after everything that happened. And they were the only two in the room. What a great opportunity. Maria has decided to give everything she can to seduce the Supreme One. He will be happy to be her partner. The Supreme One is a very powerful man. He will lead Maria to great success in the future. Maria rang the bedroom doorbell and nervously waited outside. Come in, a male voice was heard from the room. Maria thought that the voice sounded a bit familiar, but she pushed this feeling aside. He opened the door and walked inside. His jaw dropped in shock when he saw who was inside the hotel room.